Like any gaming console, the Xbox One and Xbox One X are complicated technological beasts that bring us a lot of joy. As with any sophisticated piece of technology, the system has its ups and downs, as well as little tips and tricks that you can learn that gamers have found made their gaming experience run smoother. So today we're discussing some of those little shortcuts with our list of the top 10 ways to hack your Xbox One. We're running out of material. And at number 10, streaming. Streaming has become a huge part of many gamers' lives these days. Whether you stream yourself or watch other streamers religiously, streaming has become an important part of the industry and helps support many gaming talents and personalities as a means of income. Get paid to do what you love, right? Well, if you're striving to become a popular streamer yourself and you play on an Xbox One, there's a hack that you can use to help you navigate the technicalities of streaming much easier. Microsoft introduced a feature called Xbox Play Anywhere pretty recently, and it allows you to cross-platform purchase a game, meaning you can play it on your Windows 10 PC. You can do this by going into your preferences and clicking Allow Game Streaming to other devices, and then screen record your gameplay from there. It also makes life easier if you live with others and don't want to be preoccupying your television for hours on end. Up next, number 9, HDMI. The Xbox One and onwards were marketed as a media hub, and nothing solidifies this more than the fact that it has an HDMI input. Now, the HDMI output is what you use to connect your console to your TV, but the input can do some interesting stuff. Not only can it connect you to satellite or cable, but you can also hook up other consoles to that port. People have hooked up their PS4s or Nintendo Switch to it, which allows you to run both consoles to your HD PVR. Well, why not just get an HDMI switcher though? Well, by using the Xbox One HDMI input, it still gives you access to your Xbox while playing on another console. So if you're big on Xbox Live parties and chatting through there, this is a way for you to not give it up if you want to do something like play Mario Odyssey or Breath of the Wild. It also means you can switch back and forth between games running on each individual console if you choose to do so. It's great if your TV doesn't have a bunch of HDMI ports and if you don't want to pay to get an HDMI input switcher and already own an Xbox One. Although that being said, some people have noticed some lag when running other systems through the Xbox. Worth keeping in mind. Up next, number 8, how to share games. Xbox One managed to find a way to make sharing games easy. Essentially, all you do is set your Xbox One as your home Xbox, meaning anyone that uses the console can play your games even if they're logged into their own account. And you can also share games that you get from your Xbox Live Gold subscription, EA Access, and your Xbox Game Pass. How do you do it? Well, hit the Xbox button on your controller. Go to the System tab and select Settings. From there, go to Personalization My Home Xbox. Then select Make this my home Xbox. You can change your home Xbox 5 times within 12 months. Up next, number 7, Media Remote. Jumping back a wee bit to that Media Hub info that we were telling you guys about earlier with number 9 with the HDMI input for this one. If all that sounded complicated, fear not. Microsoft created an easy way to make navigating your Media Hub easy, or whatever else you have plugged into your Xbox input, with something called the Media Remote. It has simple to read buttons that allow anyone to use it to navigate between using the Xbox One or putting on other media-based applications. Meaning if you live at home and share the TV, you'll never have to worry again about a family member calling you at whatever hour of the day to have you explain to them how to turn on Netflix. In our number 6 spot, optimize your TV. Optimizing your television is something you should do for every console. It makes a world of difference in how you see your games. So, in settings, there's an option called television calibration. It'll give you a rundown of what the best way to optimize your picture quality specific to your TV in order to best suit your Xbox. You can also look at your television settings as well. Many come with a game mode that's worth checking out, although it's likely that if you're playing on an older television, that its settings may not sync up perfectly with newer generation consoles. And at number 5, Remap Buttons. Coming from a different console? Not feeling the layout of the buttons on your Xbox controller that much? Or perhaps you just find that it's reflex to hit different buttons depending on the game that you're playing. Well, there's a way to make your life less frustrating. You can remap your controller's buttons. Just go into Settings, then All Settings, then Connect and Devices, and finally Devices and Accessories. Select your Xbox profile and then select Button Mapping. From there, adjust as you please. Up next, number 4, Play and Charge. Having to replace your batteries for your Xbox One controller right in the middle of a game can sometimes drive a person mental. If you're playing something that's time sensitive or just flat out of batteries, nothing is more unfortunate. If you only have one controller, this reality may be the bane of your existence. And if you have roommates who constantly drain the controllers and don't replace the batteries, or worse, steal the batteries to use for other things, that can also suck pretty bad too. But there's one way that you can avoid feeling some serious grief over your dead controllers. Microsoft has something called a Play and Charge kit that comes with rechargeable batteries and a stand that you can pop your controllers into in order to give them that juice. And they're not all that pricey either. You can find ones like the PDP Energizer Xbox One controller charger as low as $30 on sites like Amazon. And at number 3, speed up the setup. If you're getting a new Xbox and can't wait to start using it, there's a trick that can help you move the process along quicker. When you first set up your Xbox, there's a mandatory system software update that you have to sit and wait through, which takes about 20-ish minutes to complete if your internet connection is at its best. But if you are super impatient and can't wait that 20 minutes, instead of waiting for it to finish in order to get through to the rest of the setup, there's actually a link that appears at the bottom of the progress screen that you can type into your phone, which allows you to go through the rest of the setup process while your console chugs away at its update. Or you could, just sit and wait. 20 minutes isn't that long. Just saying. Up next at 2, hidden controller shortcuts. Shortcuts generally make everything easier in all aspects of life. Shortcuts for your controller are no exception. Here's a list of shortcuts that will speed things up for you when you're using your Xbox. To open up hidden menus for selected games, press LB and RB and select all at once. To refresh the homepage, press LT, RT, and Y all at once. To show hidden games ready for installation, press LB, RB, and X while on the Ready to Install page. To idle your screen, hold down the Xbox button and then press X. And lastly, if you didn't already know, to turn off your controller, double press and hold the Xbox button. And last but not least, in our number 1 spot, more space. One of the worst feelings ever is when you get a new game, either by downloading it or popping in a brand new shiny disc, and bam! Your console notifies you that you don't have enough space to install it. If you're still chugging your way through a library of games that you don't want to delete just yet, you can always increase the amount of space you have by heading to the shop and buying yourself a standard external hard drive. As long as it's a USB 3 drive with over 250 gigabytes, you'll pretty much be set. Generally, you can get a 1 or 2 terabyte hard drive between $70 to $100. Canadian, that is. All you do is plug it into one of the USB ports on your Xbox. There's 1 port on the front and 2 in the back, which is standard on all Xbox models. You can manage the drive by going into Settings, System Storage, and selecting Transfer, which will allow you to manage what's on the hard drive and what's on the internal drive inside of your Xbox. You can also use this to transfer games. You can plug the hard drive into any Xbox. The same trick can be used and done with other consoles like the PS4 too. Have you guys tried any of these hacks before? And if so, did you personally find any of them useful? Give us a shout in the comments below and let us know. If you dug this video, hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe to Top 10 Gaming for all things video games, from lists to news to highlights and more. Thanks for watching, everybody. Catch you on the next one.